Steve Lukather, voice of support for the Toan is in the hands camp. There's no magic guitar, just magic people. The Toto Hero says he's played through both Eddie Van Halen's and Jeff Beck's rigs and came to the same conclusion both times. He sounds like himself no matter what he plays through. So we have been hearing stories like this from different guitar players, like, you know, high profile guitar players that they've tried other people's rigs and they sound like themselves, you know? Not too long ago, Nuno Bettencourt recalled the time he played through Eddie Van Halen's rig, hoping to sound like the late guitar heroes, only to realize it's all about your fingers. Before that, John Petrucci experienced something similar when playing through Joe Satriani's equipment. Now, Steve Lukather has agreed with his electric guitar contemporaries, philosophically summarizing the entire conversation by suggesting there's no such thing as a magic guitar, only magic people. So there you go, gear does not matter anymore. You don't have to buy any special gear. You can all just go play shitty, cheap stuff. No, you can also play cheap, really good stuff as well, because that's also available. I think this is a very interesting topic because lately we've been served a lot of new cool shit on the platter of guitar players, where we had, like, you know, the Tonex, the Amplitude Tonex. We've had, like, you know, Kempers and Quad Cortexes that are mimicking gear. And also, you know, Neural Amp, the plugin that's free open source, where you can mimic gear. There is no magic gear. Only magic fingers. And I absolutely agree on this. You know, throughout the years of me, you know, learning to play guitar and playing guitar, all I wanted to do was to sound like my favorite artists, like, you know, Dimebag Darrell and John Petrucci, Jeff Loomis on Dead Heart and a Dead World. You know, I just wanted to capture that tone and play like that. And whenever I did, even if I got the gear right, it just never sounded the same. Like, even I was searching for settings, and John Petrucci even had settings for his tracks, his rigs and all that. And I dialed that in, but at the same time, it just didn't sound the same. And growing up as a guitar player, I thought that was pretty frustrating because I wanted to sound like Dimebag, but when I play his riffs, it sounds nothing like Dimebag, you know? I've always envied other people's tone, and I always thought that my own tone was absolute horseshit. Even just hearing a guy playing live and, you know, sound checking, I hear Jensen on the other side when we're sound checking, I hear him, it's like, wow, man, that sounds so good. And then I hear myself like, I'm so sick and tired of my sound. But, you know, as you grow older and you just realize that, you know, this is my sound. And, you know, that's just it's my fingers, man. It's not the gear, it's my fingers. It's my picking technique and my flesh that's making my sound. I think it's cool to hear this from well-established musicians as well. Because, you know, it becomes a legit point. And a lot of people are trying to mimic other people's tones using, you know, neural amps and Tonexes and stuff like that. And then they complain that it sounds like shit. Well, maybe it's you that's the problem. You know, have you ever thought about this? It's not the gear, it's you. At the end of the day, we all sound different. Tone is subjective. It's a shit fest. But what's so good for us is that there's so much gear out there for us to try. And then eventually we find something that we like. And it might not be the thing that guy liked, but that's okay. Tone is subjective. Hello, ending on a positive message. Chug project is gone. Where did it go? Did Ola delete his Chug project because of drama? Eat ass tonight. That's great.